Hello, everybody. We are at the end of the line for this week with our final poem, which is For Black Women Who Are Afraid by Derricotte. I hope I did not butcher that like I did the last time. Let's begin. A black woman comes up to me at break in the writing workshop and reads me her poem. But she says she can't read it out loud because there's a woman in a car on her way to work and her hair is blowing in the breeze, and since her hair is blowing, the woman must be white. And she shouldn't write about a white woman whose hair is blowing because maybe the black poets will think she wants to be that woman and be mad at her and say that she hates herself, and maybe they won't let her explain that she grew up in a white neighborhood and it's not her fault. It's just what she sees. But she has to be so careful. I tell her to write the poem about being afraid to write, and we stand for a long time like that, respecting each other's silence. So, that very last line is so powerful once you kind of think about what's going on in the big picture. So let's kind of break it up real quick. So for black women who are afraid, this one's a little more straightforward. A black woman comes up to me at break in the writing workshop and reads me her poem, but says she can't read it out loud. So the black woman who wrote the poem is afraid of reading her poem because, well, she's afraid of what the other black poets are going to say about her, right? I mean, it's one of those common fears, going back to the quick write again. I know it gets annoying that I keep bringing that up, but, everybody wants to say the right thing, right? Everybody wants to be a part of a group. Everybody wants to be accepted. And she is afraid none of that's going to happen if she reads this poem because she might be criticized. She might be ostracized. She might be isolated. But reality is, that's her truth. That's the life she knows. That is what she sees. That is what she knows. The black poets will think she wants to be that woman and be mad at her and say she hates herself. Maybe they just won't let her explain that she grew up in a white neighborhood and it's not her fault. She didn't ask for that. Not that it's a bad thing or anything. In fact, it's not. But it's just the way she grew up. We don't pick where we grow up. We just kind of happen to be there, and it is what it is, right? So she's afraid that she might get judged for that. She might get told stuff. So then the narrator tells her, you know what? I tell her to write the poem about being afraid to write, which is kind of what's going on right now, right? It's the reality of things. She's afraid to write. If you can't say the truth, then talk about not being able to say the truth. I know I've said it to some people too. If you don't know what to write about not knowing what to write. Just knock it out. And that's what's going on right here. If you can't write about one truth, write about the other and see what happens. And we stand for a long time like that, respecting each other's silence. Like, what do you say after they tell you that, right? How do you take that in? So, just something to think about. Now, the concept of fear here comes up in very relatable ways, right? Like I mentioned earlier, we all want to say the right thing. We all want to be a part of something. We all want to be accepted. And a lot of times it's not easy. It's not easy doing the things that will get you anywhere but there. Like sometimes you just got to say what's on your mind. You got to say what you know is real, even if people aren't going to like it, even if you're going to get hated for it. But even looking not just at the black woman who wrote the poem, but looking at the person she's talking to, at the narrator. When someone comes up to you with a very real concern like that, a very real fear, what do you say to them? What can you really say to somebody like that? How do you help them through it? I know I've been through that. I know people that have been through that, and it's never easy. Am I telling them the right thing? Am I telling them the wrong thing? So the cool thing with this poem is the standing there in each other's silence, that can be interpreted in many different ways. And it's up to you as a reader to do that. So just like with the other two poems, I would really recommend reading this more than once, maybe more than twice. Just like any poetry, the more you read it, the more you get out of it. Kind of like movies. And just kind of make your own interpretation of it. But with this one, more than the other two, I would really recommend just kind of digging down and looking back at maybe times in your life where you've kind of been in this pickle, or you know people that have been in this situation. And that'll definitely help you get a better understanding of it. So as far as poetry is concerned, we are done for the week. So good luck on the assignments. Good luck on the selection test. These are in your Google Classroom, so make sure that you have them with you when you take the test, just so you can double check your answers. That way you can do great, because you are not going to be allowed to retake this test. Letting you know ahead of time. If you need anything, you know where to find me. You know where I'm at. Please email me or do what you got to do, but find me. If you have any doubts or questions, don't try to tackle them on your own. I mean, let me know. That's what I'm here for after all. Have a great day. Stay safe, and see you next time. Bye.